Granny is a game that came out in 2017. The premise of the game is to escape a house from a mad lady, Granny, who tries to kill you over a span of 5 days. The game is very rich in lore, and the lore spans over multiple Granny games and multiple series. Granny is a known murderer, but when did her first kill happen? Granny had killed a person before our character arrived in her house. They wrote a note which reads, "This is my 5th day in this house. She chases me wherever I go. I'm quite injured and my body hurts. The only thing I remember before I woke up in this house is that I was driving when my car suddenly broke down. I went out to see what the problem was when someone suddenly hit me in the head. I have managed to open some locks on the front door, but that's all. Why does she do this? I hope no one will experience the same thing as I do. If I do not survive, and if someone finds this message, I have noticed that she sometimes hides things inside fruits." From this note, we know that they are 15 or are over 15, and that they have been there for 5 days. There is a skeleton in the cellar swamp which could be the previous victim's remains. If this is true, that means that they had to be either trapped there or their body was tossed there. What does this all mean? Well, if the previous victim is a skeleton now, then they must have had been there long enough to decompose. A normal human body tends to decompose into a skeleton anywhere from several weeks or several years, and from the fact that the body is in water, it could be longer. Cold environments also affect decomposition. From all of this, we can make an educated guess as to how long it took for it to decompose. The previous victim has been there for at least 10 years. If we say the game takes place in the 90s or 2000s from all the furniture and items, we can safely assume that the previous victim died in the 70s at the earliest and the 80s at the latest, meaning that Granny killed the previous victim 2 decades before we even arrived.